Aloha everyone! I'm Gabby
And I'm Georgie,
and we are the mummies of Sisterhood Furniture
and content creators for Dixie Belle Paint.
In this tutorial, we will be working on this piece I got as a birthday gift from my lovely friend. It's a special project and it deserves some special colors on, so let's get into it and show you how we transform this stunner.
Welcome to the first chapter of this tutorial, the prep chapter. We sanded the whole piece with a 120 grit, which is a medium sandpaper that will just remove some bumps and will create a porous surface so the paint will properly stick to. We also used 80 grit occasionally just on some areas that had some varnish drips.
On the inside, the wood scratched me. It was really rough, so I used very fine sanding pad from Surf Prep and I went all over to smooth out that wood. I hoovered all over and we are done here.
Once we've done with the sanding, we've cleaned the piece with white lightening, Dixie Belle Furniture Cleaner, together with an abrasive cloth and toothbrush in between the carvings. A proper cleaning, it's a must before painting any piece, always, no excuses. I rinsed the piece twice only with water to get rid of any leftover solution or dirt. We left the piece in the sun to dry for a few good hours as it's still summer but not for long, unfortunately. Once it has dried, it was time to paint and we started with Mermaid Tail, which is one of our favorite colors. We both share a big love for this one. We use synthetic brushes from Dixie Belle, but however we will list every product used in the tutorial description. We just pick up a small amount of paint at a time and kept the water mist sprayer close to keep the paint damp so it will be easy to move it around.
Once we got at the bottom of the piece, we did a blending and you just saw we are going to leave only one color on this beauty. No, we are going to do blending with Bunker Hill Blue. We used different synthetic brushes and we just applied it without worrying about the blending at this point. This coat will only help us to visualize where the colors will be placed on the second coat.
We used a paint roller on the flat surfaces, such as the top, the sides, just to make things go quicker and the finish will be actually really smooth.
Now let's move working on the second coat with my lovely helper here near me. So I kept applying Mermaid Tail until I get to the Bunker Hill Blue area, overlaying it a bit. I applied the Bunker Hill Blue and I started to blend them. I first applied it on the bottom and then as I was going up on the piece, obviously I had less paint on the brush. And this will just make the blending between the two colors easier and just seamless. I switched to a clean brush and I started to blend the line in between the colors using up and down and just side motion, and I kept doing that until I just like it. It just makes me so happy to paint with my babies around me. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. As we finish, we let the whole piece dry for about 2 hours. Once the paint was dry, we apply clear wax all over the piece with a pastel brush using circular motions. The next step is applying black wax, so the clear one underneath will help us have more control over the black wax. We let the wax set for 15-20 minutes and then we buff off the excess with a piece of cloth. Now black wax all over the piece. This took us so long actually, as this is a lot of wood here. Anyway, the same, we use circular motions and let it set for 15-20 minutes, then buff it off at the end. The next step is applying lots of colors in between the carvings. That's why I applied the black wax now, so I won't darken up those bright bold colors. I took some artist brushes from Dixie Belle and I started with Peony, this hot pink, and then I wiped the excess with a piece of cloth, so the colors will only be in between the carvings. I introduced some Lucky Lavender and also some Amethyst here and there. I was trying to apply the colors in an order that will look pleasant. I was just trying to figure it out at that point. I didn't know exactly what I was doing. And it's not a problem not to know, as you can always paint over and just make it your way. I added some flamingo as well. Those colors together look so pretty. I'm just in love. Delicious. Once the colors were dry, I did dry brushing over with mermaid tail so they won't be so chaos and all over the place. I picked up a small amount of paint, wiped the excess on a piece of paper, and I went over the details. On the edges, I also did some dry brushing, but with all these colors overlaid. This is such a magical touch and it completes the whole look so good. On the handles, I wasn't sure what to do initially, but then I said what a better idea would be than creating some drips. So I damped the area around the handle, I applied the paint, damped it more, and then I tapped with my fingers on the harsh edges to fade them, and I did the same with the rest of the colors. Now I use a putty knife to create some interesting texture with these colors, and I just pick up a little bit on the tip and applying it with a light hand. I think the way these colors combined when applying them with a putty knife is just divine. That's all, just divine.
I sealed the whole piece with 3 coats of flat clear coat, but we did this the following week. Because we applied black wax, we need to let it set for a week, otherwise the clear coat will kinda erase it.
The last step is applying bronze gilding wax on the drawers mostly, and some corners where I felt like it will look good, but more subtle there. We'll focus on the drawers. It's like dry brushing with wax, just make sure you wipe well the excess, otherwise it's gonna get messy.
On the interior of the piece, initially we didn't really know what to do, so we left this part till the end. Anyway, we applied clear bows all over the interior to get rid of any odor and just make it fresh. We applied 2 coats and then we let it dry for 24 hours. On the doors we applied the grey bows as we wanted to paint them with a light color called Lucky Lavender. So basically a light base is what we need. Same, we applied 2 coats and we let it dry for 24 hours. Next we applied the Voodoo Gel stain in Tobacco Road all over the interior and it looks absolutely stunning.
On the doors, I applied Lucky Lavender, this stunning and calming color. I applied it with a synthetic brush in 2 coats, and once it dried in 2 hours, I applied clear wax, let it set for about 20 minutes, and then wipe the excess. I applied black wax on that rectangle inside to create some shadows, just applying it on the corners and around the edges, and then I wiped the excess straight away with a piece of cloth going in circles. We took some glaze now, just be careful with those. We sprayed the mirror with water and we used the glaze to get rid of the paint on it. It's just the easiest way to remove the paint. You don't have to waste so much time to apply tape and also waste the tape. And this is the final result. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, learned something new, or maybe just inspired in any way. And if you did so, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more furniture tutorials. See you next time. Bye!